Okay, guys, welcome to the 21metrics wrap up here with Hans Gartner as usual. But first,
Well,
welcome, Hans. Welcome. Don't forget to check our partner, sideshift.ai. I will add the link to show notes. And if you look at SideShift's weekly volume, it has grown to 19.1 million per the past week. So looks pretty good. But Hans, how do you see the market? Basically we have this event coming on Friday. We have this White House first ever crypto summit coming up. And that,
huge.
yes, it's going to be huge, huge. So, how do you see it playing out? Is this is there now like accumulation going on? Bitcoin is up to almost 90K. So can we see Bitcoin reaching even maybe 95 or something, even touching 100K before this, and then the Celta news effect, or how do you see it playing out?
Right. So I think that there's like kind of like two sides playing out right now at the same time. So one side is kind of like the bearish stuff that Trump is doing. So, he's playing with tariffs. He's there hasn't been like rate cuts right now. So the broader markets are a little bit bearish. But at the same time, on the positive side, on the bullish side, Trump really wants to pump the crypto market. They are literally doing a crypto summit. They are literally announcing a strategic reserve. They're pushing Ripple of all things. Okay, like these guys really want to pump their bags. Okay, yes, America first. Yes, US will be the crypto capital, whatever. But they are also pushing their own things a little bit, it feels. So I think that right now we are just playing out both like the bearish and the bullish sides at the same time.
Yes.
So we will see how this event specifically plays out. Because initially it felt like, okay, this would be like sell the news. But let's see, depends on what they are really set on doing.
Yeah. So there's this speculation going on that they might announce a new crypto reserve, which, as you mentioned, which would like include XRP, Cardano, and also like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and probably many other coins. And like as I said, I fully agree that Trump is a very a controversial person. So he's doing a lot of stuff, and his government's doing a lot of stuff at the same time. And tariffs are like bearish on a macro level for sure. And like he announced like 25% tariffs to Mexico and Canada.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Also potentially to EU, which we are part of both. So but at the same time, as you said, he's very crypto friendly, and he I also think he might not be like a Bitcoiner, Bitcoin maxi for sure, but I think he's like honestly crypto friendly, and for a long time he has been having these like NFTs and whatever, and now he had his own Trump coin. So I think he's a bit of a fan of crypto, and this will like.
I mean, the way I would put it, Trump is huge on grifting, and crypto is like full of fucking grifts. So I think it's a perfect fit. But also speaking on the crypto reserve, I believe the U.S. Commerce Secretary said that there would be like a Bitcoin reserve that would be announced at the White House summit. Like that's kind of word on the house. But the word is that also the other assets, so which were like Ripple, Solana, etc. So those would be treated like favorably, quote unquote.
Yep.
So we will see what that exactly entails. But this still can be just like a pure like Bitcoin reserve, possibly.
Yeah, it could be. I think like a per Bitcoin reserve would be a good idea, because like the crypto or digital asset market still is very correlated as a whole, and like even if you would only include Bitcoin, it is still like in correlation pump the whole market, right? More or less, but still
I saw like a really good kind of analogy, like example on that you want to have like a Bitcoin reserve as a nation, because essentially you are forcing other nations to also buy your bags and catch up. Like if the US has a Bitcoin reserve, then okay, what are other nations doing, right? But if the US has a reserve of, Bitcoin and Solana and Ripple and Dogecoin, other nations are gonna be like, no, fuck that shit. I'm not gonna buy those bags. Like whatever Trump is doing, like let him be. So I think that it's like a very important like positioning difference. Like you want to have like the best thing, and you want to have it earlier than others. So you force the others to also buy your bags at a later rate on like a nation level, kind of.
Yeah. And also, like I named this show as Exit Liquidity. So that's like my other point is that I think I'll be just like holding my Bitcoin stack as usual, part of that. But if you want to trade this event, if you want to have exit liquidity, and you might have this like approach that the crypto market or the macro market might like tank during the summer. So we might see this selling May effect as usual. So I think like the summer season might be, which is coming up, might be more calmer as usual as last year. So if you're looking to like exit the market, I think this event next Friday will be the one to look at, and then
I think so, because I think that there will be like a lot of liquidity looking at this event. But the thing is, like right now, we are playing out like a little bit of like a bearish macro situation right now. So it kind of has to be, sell the news, a little bit of exit liquidity, but it also depends on like what prices.
Yeah. And like overall, as you said, that we have this negative macro environment. If you think about Trump and his like term, he has now 4 years ahead, almost 4 years. I think it would be okay to tank the market a bit early during his term. But when you're potentially going to be re-elected, or at least you have a chance to be re-elected, then you want to the market to be strong and positive at the end of your term. So this is way. So I think it would be more okay now to see stock market and macro going down a bit. And and with this tariffs, I think,
can Trump run for a third term? Is that realistic, and is that possible? Is that even legal?
That's a good question, by the way.
Don't worry, everything is legal if it's for Trump. We can change the rules.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think that Trump really wants his legacy. I think that's like a really huge thing for him. So I think that at the end of the day, he will pump the stock markets at any cost.
Yeah.
If it's early in his if it's early in his presidency, or if it's later on, that's more of like a matter of nuance. But at least he will do his best to pump it, even if it means a recession later down the line.
Yeah, actually, now that you ask it, I think the most likely scenario would be, I was thinking about Trump's government as a whole. So I think the most likely scenario would be JD Vance continuing after Trump's term. So basically,
oh boy,
like the government would continue, but not Trump per se, but still like basically the same thing.
Makes sense,
yeah, maybe there's enough about the politics, but like or not, but crypto is very politically driven, and it's like it wasn't before, or I don't know. I would say that Bitcoin has always been very political, like libertarian, about freedom and stuff like that. But now, especially in the US, we are seeing Bitcoin being a real part of like mainstream politics. So and also like if you think about this crypto summit. Trump probably also sees that he needs to kind of like serve the crypto community, because it was like one of the major things like allowing him to gain his current position in politics.
I think so, yeah. And I think that Trump has been honoring like a lot of the moves that he has initially promised to the crypto community. So even, for example, releasing Ross Ulbricht, like it shows that Trump is actually set on keeping his promises.
Yeah.
Whether all of that is good for the economy, or whether all of that is good for, Bitcoiners.
Yes.
who knows exactly, but at least he is keeping what he said that he would do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And it remains very like controversial, but also by that, I think he remains a very interesting person. So he has like many sides and doing a lot of stuff. But at least for crypto industry, he has been net positive so far. But for Europe, for example, I'm not so sure. It depends on how do you see it. But and things are changing all the time. Like he might like announce tariffs, but he could also like cancel tariffs in a second. So you never know. Like
right, he's doing like a bit of like power plays.
Yes, yeah.
It's very classic Trump.
Yeah, he's keeping like everybody at their toes, I guess. And there was also this theory we explored some time ago that Nixon was using this former president was using this kind of like madman theory that when you appear as a volatile person or like unpredictable person, then it's good for negotiations. So yeah, I think
I mean that is true because you force the other parties into untested territories, let's say.
Yeah. And some people say that Trump's government is doing random things, but I think it's mostly not random. It's like they have this strategy that they are following, and they have been thinking about this. It might appear random. I agree, but I think there's a larger plan behind it.
So
yeah.
Also on the topic of the White House summit, do you think that Trump will announce crypto capital gains tax removal? I think that's one of the big rumors that people have been talking about. What's your take on this?
It could happen, but it's like a big shift, but it's possible. So yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, it's pretty fucking unlikely. Like it's not gonna happen. People have like wishful thinking, but I mean, if we are in like a mystical like illusion and that were to happen, like US would be like the huge hub of crypto. Like people would just like entire crypto industry would just head there. Yeah. So that could be like a really big play that is technically possible, but let's be honest, like looking at all the stats and numbers is pretty unlikely.
Yeah, it's pretty unlikely. Yeah. It's still possible though. Yeah, but interesting to see. But when do you see like a market starting to price in the actual event? It's not like it's maybe happening right now a bit, but I think it will be till tomorrow, like Thursday, Friday. But then depends on what they announce. There might be like sell the news even. But this is like if you're trading crypto, this is your moment to trade the event. It's like very very classical.
Possibly, but honestly, it's also possible that this is like entirely non-event. Like, what if the key stuff has been kind of announced already? Like we kind of already know that there would be like a Bitcoin reserve. There will be some good stuff for XRP, Solana, and other US coins. Maybe there isn't so much new things being announced. Maybe it's just to kind of align the different like policymakers and the key people. So we will see if the market pumps. Then we could sell the news. But
so your argument is that it's priced in already.
It's to a degree priced in. Like we had a kind of huge rally a few days ago. We had like more than like a 20% jump, and that was just purely sold off. Like we went right down to the base point. Yeah. Imagine how crazy. Like imagine like 5 or 10 years ago, you would tell somebody that okay, Trump will announce, or the sitting U.S. president will announce like a strategic reserve, not only on Bitcoin but like multiple other assets, and in a few days that rally will be sold off to like nothing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so I think that a lot of it is priced in right now.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, right now we're seeing funding rate going negative, which is not usual. But I think we are now seeing some weakness in the spot price of Bitcoin here, and as I said, like it could lower during the summer. So you have kind of like decision to make. Do you want to hold your backs? It's okay. I think it will not go lower than maybe 70K or something like that. So that should be the support. And then but then also like the Q4, the last quarter will most likely be bullish again. So in a positive scenario, we might see like about 100K in Q4, maybe even like towards 150K. So it's about you how do you want to see it. But if you're looking to trade it, maybe this is your like exit liquidity as said. So yeah, but I think we are maybe following last year's playbook when the spot price weakened during the summer, or how do you see it? It usually.
Perhaps. I think that right now we are like in a pretty uncertain situation macro-wise. So if the greater market has this much uncertainty, one day we have tariffs, one day we don't, etc. We are basically waiting right now. We are seeing if the situation will improve, because I think that we have a really good situation for liquidity to eventually start flowing into Bitcoin and into crypto. We have a really huge support from the US government. We have huge key influential people trying to push their own bags. And we have literally we have ETFs that allow fund managers to put in massive amounts into Bitcoin. Imagine Trump releases, announces and sets up the Bitcoin reserve. Then all of the fund managers, all of the ETFs, all of the big capital players, they will feel more comfortable putting more and more money into Bitcoin. But again, if the markets allow for it, if we are in a bullish uptrend, people see that, okay, Bitcoin is safe, it's good, it will go up. We don't have to stress and worry and care about minus 30% overnight or something. No, that's not going to happen, So I think that will be a huge sign of confidence once the money really starts flowing in.
Yeah, agreed. But Bitcoin nowadays is pretty correlated with tech stocks and Nasdaq, for example. Like before, Bitcoin used to be this uncorrelated asset class, but nowadays it's pretty correlated. But obviously, there's a chance that Bitcoin would be decoupling from the stock market. It's also possible, but so far we're not seeing that many ETF sales. So IBIT is not selling that much yet, but obviously with all the ETFs and MSTR, we have this thread of them selling too, but it's not happening at least yet. But one other political thing is that that Arthur Hayes mentioned, that Europe is now preparing for a war, basically, and that basically means fiscal measures. If we so it kind of means printing more money, I would say. So they need more money to be flowing to defense industry, but also to other industries. So I think. We might see Europe easing and this interesting.
Sure. I mean, the money printer goes brrr. So it's maybe bad for the economy, maybe a really uncertain time for EU. We have to invest more, of course. It makes sense right now. I think that maybe the EU has been neglecting this side for a while.
Yeah. So when the money printer goes on, the liquidity usually finds its way to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. That's how it happens.
I think so, in a way. But of course, war and uncertainty is bad as well for Bitcoin. So it's a delicate game.
Yeah. But one other thing is that we could have this we could have a peace deal coming up with Ukraine. We have been
I think it's seeming increasingly likely. So Polymarket is pricing this at almost 80% right now that Ukraine will sign a minerals deal.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
It looks to be on a horizon right now.
That would be very good for the macro. So
that would be huge for the macro, because then again, we were just looking at this EU news that EU is preparing to invest a lot into military. But if the Ukraine thing kind of calms down, then maybe it's not so necessary. I mean, it's still necessary. Let's be honest.
And also, it would mean the reconstruction of Ukraine. So basically, we would have this peace deal, minerals deal, as you said, and then we would need to rebuild Ukraine, basically, which also means new money flowing in. So
true.
new money flowing into defense. So like many like good macro angles here, and I think like the peace deal might be finalized this spring. So it's hugely bullish for macro, as you said.
Right.
Yeah, but in a like bigger picture, like if you look at Bitcoin's price, I think Parallel is a pretty good model. So Parallel right now is around 90K, and now we are very close to it. But I think that's kind of like the fair price of Bitcoin, the violet line there, and that's like, and it will be growing to 100K later this year, and yeah, that's like the fair price to Bitcoin.
Sure, that's the fair price. But I want an unfair price. Like I want to sell at the fucking top, you know? Give me that.
Okay. yeah. But we are going higher. That's for sure. So yes.
I think so.
Not of uncertainty, but I would just like follow this. So stack more, and
the puzzle pieces are put in place. So once the macro catches up, we will see like a really good time for Bitcoin and crypto.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. So everything's uncertain, but you can always stack more, and
once it clicks, it like really clicks.
Yeah, trust in Bitcoin. I agree with that. You wanted to talk something about Solana maybe, or how to see it, because Solana is now the DeFi platform, eclipsing Bitcoin basically. Sorry, Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, but Ethereum basically. So do you have any comments on that, or how do you see it?
Sure, like a couple of quick things, I guess. So of course, like Solana DEX volume is like, of course, massively eclipsing Ethereum, even during like, you know, like lesser active periods. I guess like the main thing right now in the Solana market is that there is mining supply issuance cuts being voted on and possibly happening. So the Solana supply will be brought down a little bit, which is, you know, kind of nice, kind of good thing for Solana holders ultimately. A little bit bad for the miners, or stakers, let's say. But ultimately, I think it's good for the economy. But overall, like kind of like a more quiet period. I think a lot of like the PvP and noise in a gambling market has kind of, you know, calmed down.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of good for the Solana scene ultimately. Like a lot of the grifters are getting out. A lot of the, you know, meme coin gambling is kind of ending for now. So I think that we will see like more sustained like DeFi and like institutional activities coming up. I think that's like the big thing on the horizon.
Yeah. How do you see like the competition between Solana and Ethereum? And do you see Ethereum having
what competition? No.
Or do you see like Ethereum having like staying power, or is it like, how do you see it?
Ethereum is doing a few things correctly, right? They have like a kind of healthy long-term decentralization vision. They are trying to do things in like a really sustained, really long-term way, right? Which I respect, but they have kind of lost this like, you know, go fast, move quickly, break things kind of thing that they had earlier in its lifetime. So back when Ethereum was new, like they were like really shipping quickly, they were building crazy things. There was like new stuff coming all the time. I think that right now on a foundational level, Ethereum Foundation has kind of lost its way. Yeah. They have kind of a vision, but they are kind of not able to keep up with them, what the market is demanding of them. So that's kind of concerning from my point of view. And that's why
Vitalik should be replaced like completely. Or the foundation.
Vitalik is brilliant, but I totally see what you're proposing, like kind of like a Satoshi move. Like we don't have Satoshi anymore. Maybe it's time for Vitalik to go as well. If Ethereum is good, it will survive and thrive without him. But my counterpoint, I think that Vitalik still knows better than the rest of the EF leadership. So maybe just replace the rest of the leadership.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So the competition is still on, and you see Solana and Ethereum both having their own like roles basically.
While in a way, yeah, I think so.
interesting. So there's still like space here to for many protocols, and it's not like
I mean, let's be honest. Like Bitcoin is like basically 2 trillions market cap.
Yeah.
So anything else you can fit a lot in the rest of like the crypto market cap.
Yeah.
You could pump ETH a lot. You could like double, triple Solana price. You could put in like avalanches, ripples, like all of that stuff. You have a ton of extra room in the crypto market space.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, agreed. We are still kind of like early. And
Exactly. In 10 years from now, we will look back at this and we will be like, crypto market cap was only like 3 trillion. Like that was nothing.
And there's like so much like liquidity coming in that like I've even said that like Ethereum and Solana are not like cannibalizing each other. It's just like builds different stuff, and there's like demand for different solutions, and yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Exactly.
At least as long as the spot price is going up. So as long as the number goes up, everything is good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably think, as you said, we are early, and there's a lot to build, a lot to invest in, and a lot of liquidity. So correct. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, thanks for visiting as usual, Hans. Thank you.
Of course. Been a pleasure as always. Thank you so much as well, Timo.
Then again, and don't forget check our partner Quarn X, and have a nice day. See you soon.
And thank you to all of you watching still. Cheers. Love you. Take care.